Player 1, press start.
Am I player 1?
Died, sure.
Start? Wait, did you know?
Yeah, I'm Mike 1. That means I'm player 1.
Oh. You can't press start anymore, eh? Because is there a start button on the PS4?
No, start and select have gone the way of the
What?
dinosaur.
What kind of world do we live in?
How are you going to...
How do you enter the Konami code?
Or do the Final Fantasy hit all the buttons at the same time to reset the system?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? Start,
my God,
select,
yeah.
and the shoulder buttons.
Oh, God, I totally forgot about being able to do that.
But yeah, you literally...
There are buttons there. They're just not start and select.
You literally won't be
They're
able to
like
do the Konami code.
Share and something else? I can't
PlayStation?
remember. Yeah.
Share.
Anyway, welcome to Those Games We Played, where we talk about the games that we are playing and the games industry stuff. Those Games We Played is now a weekly podcast again, but shorter. For more information on how we've revamped our podcasts, listen to the most recent Loading Ready Run podcast from this past Saturday. But welcome to Those Games. Kathleen isn't with us this week, but she'll be back next time. Have we been playing much new since we last spoke? I think we said it was just me.
I think yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've been playing new Super Mario Brothers 2. Now, so there was...
So new Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, it's confusing.
It's so weird. So there was... The
only thing that would be worse is if they just called it Mario Brothers again.
Oh, that'd be awful.
At least this is slightly better than that.
Because the thing is, like, Mario Brothers isn't even Super Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers is like Mario and Luigi on like the one screen.
Yeah, yeah.
With the POW block and yeah. So they did new Super Mario Brothers for, I think it was for
DS?
For DS. Yeah, I think it came out around the DSi era.
Okay.
I don't believe it was for 3DS. It wasn't. So they did that, and it was like Mario 3 basically.
Except it was 3D though.
It was like the 2.5D
yeah.
like 3D things on a 2D plane. Yeah, like it wasn't actually in like stereoscopic 3D. But yeah, it was basically like Super Mario Brothers 3. Formulaic Mario Brothers. It was fun. Then they did New Super Mario Brothers Wii, which was that style of game, but for the Wii, and you could play it with 4 players. And then there was Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS, which I didn't actually play, which I think was more like...
Is that like Mario 64 style?
I think.
Like actual 3D?
I think so. And then this is New Super Mario Brothers 2. So this is back to being like a Mario 3 kind of thing. Anyway, so the conceit of this game is that now coins are important. You need to get all the coins. There's a lot of coins.
Well, coins have always been important.
No,
but they're now more plentiful.
Yeah, but now the game is like coins. Get all the coins.
So if the games all existed in one world, this game would really mess up the economy of that world.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
It's like suddenly everybody has all this money.
Yeah, there's actually a counter
Massive
on the thing
inflation.
that's counting up to like 1 million coins. I think there's like a goal to between the main game and like the coin rush bonus mode to get like 1 million coins. I think I just beat the game. And I've only got...
think?
Well, I'll get to that. And I've only got about 20,000 coins.
Wow.
That is not enough coins, my friends.
I know.
But on the other hand, that's...
Or 30,000 maybe?
Wait, it counts to 1 million?
The coin, the overall coin bar counts up to 1 million, yeah, and it counts every coin you've collected.
Good God.
Do you still get a life every time you get 100 coins?
Yeah, I've got like 200 lives.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that doesn't
death is not a concern.
Yeah, that kind of messes. I guess that's one way of doing it to make it so death isn't anything to worry about. It's keep it at 100 coins, but make coins super plentiful.
So there's lots of POW blocks that make coins just appear. There's lots of things that make enemies generate more coins. There's like a ring you can jump through that turns all the enemies gold for a period of time. And if you like knock a Koopa shell while that is active, then it just leaves a trail of coins behind it. There's a gold fire flower that turns Mario completely gold like Metal Mario from 64, but he fires giant gold fireballs. And if they hit if they hit any normal enemy, you get 5 coins instead of 1. And if they hit like blocks, it just like explodes all the blocks around it into like into just walls of coins. You can hit things that just make certain warp pipes just like spew coins out. Like there's just so many coins, you guys.
Do you use coins for anything, like other than getting extra lives?
No.
You don't buy anything or anything?
No. Yeah,
it's a little disappointing.
So it's basically the same as New Super Mario Brothers. In that there's different worlds. There's like there's like 6 main worlds and 2 like sub worlds that you can get to through secret exits from the main worlds. There's a little, like I said, like a Super Mario Brothers 3 style map that you walk along and you can find secret exits from different levels to other levels. Each level has 3 star
Mario
coins.
World, I guess, is the same deal.
Mario World was a little bit different because it was all one sort of big map, kind of, or Mario World. Each level has 3 star coins in it that get progressively more and more difficult to find, and you use those star coins to unlock other paths to like little toad houses that give you power-ups and stuff like that.
So there's tons and tons of coins, but they don't do anything. It's the star coins that are really the money.
Yeah.
All right.
The Mega Mario and Micro Mario power-ups from New Super Mario Brothers are back, but they're way less frequent.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, I remember in the trailers for New Super Mario Brothers, the Mega Mario was like what they kept showing everywhere.
Yeah.
Mega Mario
because that was the most impressive
badass.
thing.
It still is pretty sweet. You
Yeah.
just crush a level.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's fun. I bought it because I enjoy it, and I do enjoy playing it. But it feels short. I don't think that's just because I blew through it too quickly. I don't think there's as much stuff. But apparently there's replay because you need to get all these coins. I'm curious what happens when you get to
$1 million worth of replay
coins. Yeah. There's also
I suggest you look it up on YouTube.
There's a secondary mode called Coin Rush mode that as you play through the normal game, you unlock new levels for Coin Rush. And what Coin Rush does is it gives you 3 random levels, one after another, and you can't die. If you die, you've failed the whole thing. You try to get as many coins as you can get over those 3 levels with a severe time limit. You start with a low amount of time. You get more time when you get to the mid-level checkpoint, and then you get more time when you beat it. But you got three levels to like whip through and try to get as many coins as possible. And there's they've upped the coin bonus thing. Like you can get gold mushrooms that give you just 50 coins straight up. Something weird I've noticed. I know that we joked about this when it came out, but you remember on New Super Mario Brothers Wii, there's like the you suck, so have some help.
Yeah.
Thing.
Right, the like guide mode, I think it's called. Yeah.
So they don't have that. But they do have, after a certain number of tries, a special block will appear at the beginning or the checkpoint of the level. That's it's like a combination of the Tanuki leaf and the invincibility star, but it doesn't go away. So like you get it, and it's a glowing, sparkly leaf, and you pick it up, and you turn into full-size Tanuki suit Mario with like the tail and the ears. But you're also white and sparkly, like you have the invincibility star, but that never goes away
Until you finish the level?
Yeah, you
can fly and you're invincible.
Yes.
What's even the point?
I don't know.
Huh.
So
you can fly over what's giving you problems.
I guess.
So why isn't it just like hit this thing to skip the level?
I don't know. So I mean, I don't even think I need to tell you about the story. It's just that there's Koopa and there's his whole friggin' family from Super Mario World.
Did he take the princess, or is it something else?
Yeah, it is the princess. And you beat every world, and you beat the Koopa kid from that world, and then the next one comes in and takes Peach to the next world. It's what you'd expect. So I don't know. If you like that kind of Mario game, which I do, then it's fun. If not, then it's like exactly the same thing again.
Have you played Super Mario 3D Land yet?
No, I mentioned that. I want to.
That's a good game.
Okay.
That came bundled with the 3DS that I bought at Christmas, and it's super cool.
What style is it?
Is that like Mario 64 style?
Yeah.
It is a very Mario 64 style.
Okay, sweet, because I love Mario 64. So.
Like, you still... No, yeah, you can... It's definitely Mario 64.
Like, it's actually a full 3D environment.
Yeah.
Sweet,
cool.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Maybe that'll be next on my list. I beat Resident Evil Revelations, like I said, so now So then I was like, man, I have this 3DS. I should play something on it. And I went to look for a game, so I bought Super Mario. And then there we go.
Nice.
Were you pulling up a list of Mario games?
Yeah, just because I was curious as to how many there were, or at least for
how the naming system works?
or for the 3DS. Like, so for the 3DS, there's Paper Mario Sticker Star,
Right.
New Super Mario Brothers 2,
Right.
Mario Tennis, then London Olympics, stuff like that, and then there's Super Mario 3D Land,
Right. And that's only for the 3DS.
which is only 3DS, and then there's a whole bunch of freaking ones for the DS. There's a lot of freaking Mario games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you knew that.
I was a big fan of the DS games, the Mario versus Donkey Kong games.
Oh, those were like
were like-
sort of puzzle games.
Yeah, they were like puzzle games. They were a lot of fun. The first
for
one,
for the DS.
yeah,
Yeah,
there was Mario
Mini
versus
Land
Donkey
Mayhem.
Kong, and then Mario versus Donkey Kong Mini Mario.
I think the first one
Attack.
was for
There was-
GBA actually.
Well, there was
might have
DS
been.
where the Mario versus DK, and then there was Mario versus Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem, which looks like it was a full blown game.
Yeah. Well, Mario versus Donkey Kong was just it was a game, and Paul's right. It might have been for the GBA, that it was like a puzzle game
Oh, okay.
where Donkey Kong's being a dick, and Mario has to.
You have to like control these like little mini Marios.
Yeah, like it's
like
a
little Mario wind-up toys.
puzzle platformer, I guess. Well, that's the second one. Like the mini Marios show up in the first one, but they're like the whole theme of the second one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like so they've listed all the games here. This is the official website. I don't feel like Super Smash Brothers belongs in this list. I mean, it has Mario,
It's
really
not a Mario game.
No,
No,
but
no.
it doesn't really count.
I remember like when I was in high school or in elementary school, probably even, the big rumors about how many different Mario games there were in Japan.
Right.
That like in Japan they had like 30 different Mario games.
Yeah.
Where like there's one where like you're the devil and Mario's the bad guy or something like.
What?
There's all sorts of crazy rumors about different things. I don't know, maybe maybe that one actually exists, but
I feel like you should be able to debunk those or
Now,
prove them
yeah.
pretty easily.
Now that
at the
Wikipedia
time,
exists.
At the time, maybe not so much.
there was no internet.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. That's how you got all your video game information. Weird rumors.
Rumors
yeah.
and hearsay.
Rumors and EGM.
Well, remember when the Lost Levels came out as part of Super Mario All Stars?
Yeah.
And it was like a whole other game.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That was Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That was Mario Brothers 2, but it was too hard for North American people.
Yeah.
So they reskinned Doki.
To be
Doki-
fair,
Doki
Lost
Doki
Levels
Panic.
had a lot of bullshit stuff in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Although, have you seen those ROM hacks of the original Super Mario Brothers?
That's
Those are
even
hilarious.
Even more bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Technically beatable, but only technically if you play it perfectly. So, what's been going on in the industry? We had something we were going to talk about. Now I can't remember. Oh,
We
no,
were
no,
just
no,
gonna
no. We
talk
were
about-
going to talk about upcoming releases.
Yeah. So March is a pretty big month once I make my phone go back to normal colors. So what did
Now
we...
it's a big month. Now that your
So-
phone is regular colors.
So
it's a big
apparently the South Park game was supposed to come out in March, but it was delayed.
Yeah.
According to this.
Awkward.
I'm really hoping
Well,
that's still.
That's THQ, right?
That's,
So-
yeah. So
But yeah, that made me very sad because it's like caught up in a lawsuit right now.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. But
yeah, that looked really neat.
so who is excited for Major League Baseball 2K13?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. How about Major League Baseball 13 the show? I don't know what that is.
A little more excited than the other one, but I still do
Still not so much.
I could probably name 5 baseball teams.
There's a new Naruto game, Ultimate Ninja Storm 3.
Can Naruto fight the baseball players?
Possibly.
All right,
You
then
would play that?
I feel like they would be.
Naruto versus Barry Bonds.
I feel like Naruto would be pretty good at baseball.
That seems
fair.
like a pretty good matchup, actually.
I would watch that fight.
I assume it's Barry Bonds on steroids.
Yeah, with a baseball bat.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
And
All right.
Naruto on steroids.
And Naruto on steroids. All right.
Everybody gets
So with
steroids.
that, we actually come to a game that we could maybe be interested in, which is Tomb Raider.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
now,
so
like,
that comes out.
that comes
we're
out
recording
apparently.
as you can see from the date, we're recording this on Friday. That comes out on Tuesday.
It comes out on Tuesday.
It looks really good.
It looks
Yeah.
amazing. Did you see the clip of Conan playing it?
I only saw a GIF of it,
Yeah.
just of her getting impaled through her chin on
Yeah.
Oh.
And just his reaction was priceless. It was awesome. But
No.
I saw the like little sort of 10-minute developer walkthrough gameplay stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think we actually did a story on it on Checkpoint, which pretty accurately reflects my opinions on it, which is that the developer walkthrough looks super neat. Like it looks like a very cool game. You know, I'm deep into playing Far Cry right now, and it reminded me a lot of that in some ways.
I watched the Escapists video review and read the review, but I saw the Escapist video review from Susan Arendt, who I very much respect, and she had a lot of nice things to say about it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a thing where it doesn't look particularly like a Tomb Raider game in the sense of, the sort of platforming type puzzles.
But I'm okay with that.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing.
I think Lara Croft should have transitioned into a Uncharted style game years ago.
Yeah.
Well, it's the last one, whatever the last Lara Croft game was basically just kind of a cut rate.
Was it Underworld? I think.
No, there's been one since then.
Has there? I thought Underworld was the most recent one. It's the one where she's in like a slightly green tinged outfit and she's all filthy.
I don't know. Anyway, but the last, I played the last one and it was basically sort of a cut rate Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Which and there's always been a lot of similarities between the Tomb Raider stuff and Prince of Persia. Like it's got the same kind of jumping around, big environment stuff. So, and the new one is definitely going away from that. So I think. Well, it looks like from the trailers and the demos and stuff. I hope that Prince of Persia doesn't also go that way. And
Prince of Persia definitely has its own thing, but Tomb Raider had its own thing, very very clearly. But what its thing was very much of its era.
Yeah,
I think that
it needed to upgrade.
It definitely needed to change, and this seems like the right direction to change. I know that there's a lot of. We also haven't played the game, but I know I've seen a lot of consternation from, fans of the Tomb Raider series that it's like, oh, it's not a Tomb Raider game because it's not, it's not like this with the sort of the jumping puzzles and the levers and the stuff like that. Apparently, there are still puzzle rooms in the game. That's like you're in some sort of dungeony tombey thing and you have to figure out how to get through the room. So that's still there, but a lot of the stylistic choices in the old game like that were there because they had to be because of like limitations. And I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, but it's certainly a different type of gameplay. I do hope that either through other Tomb Raider games or Prince of Persia or stuff, I really like the jumping around, swinging between things gameplay. So I hope somebody keeps that going anyway.
Yeah.
I haven't really heard anything about a new Prince of Persia game, but I'm sure there's at least 2 in development somewhere.
Quite possible.
What was the... You're going to have to remind me again. What was the last one? Because the most recent Prince of Persia game was not the one with the...
There was the Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
The sort of dumbed down one. And then there was a more recent one that was...
Because the one that was like Prince of Persia that was like really actually kind of cool and stylized, and there was like the shadow...
the Forgotten Sands was...
Yeah, Forgotten Sands came after that.
Can I see the art if you have it?
Oh.
But the Prince of Persia was it was cool.
One where
this sort of stylistic
the prince
one.
And her name was Elika?
Yeah. But
Okay, was that any good? The movie tie-in one?
I never played it.
Okay, because I actually liked...
that was a movie tie-in one.
I actually liked Prince of Persia, the one with the...
Yeah.
Like the she can save you infinitely. It was
that's
silly.
what I mean by being sort of dumbed down.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's Prince of
but
Persia
I very much
where
enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun to just sort of run around and explore the environments, but it didn't... The platforming wasn't really that there because you couldn't die, so there was no reason to not just run off in random directions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in favor of more of that kind of gameplay. But the new Tomb Raider also looks really good.
Mm-hmm. What else is coming?
Next on the block, SimCity. So I've never really been a big SimCity fan.
So this is SimCity 5,
This is
but
5.
they're just calling it
I think
SimCity.
they're just calling it 5. Well,
damn it!
I think, I don't know.
Tomb Raider, SimCity, yeah.
Yeah, it is SimCity, just SimCity, but it's actually 5.
Yeah, I was super into SimCity 2000. Like I played the crap out of that, but I have not played one since then.
Yeah.
Same.
All the stuff looks like the stuff I've seen about it looks very cool.
It looks neat. I don't know if I'm into that kind of game anymore.
Yeah, I like the amazing the developer demos where they show the technology involved with like
Yeah.
it's like every single car, every single person, every single like bit of water and bit of electricity and everything is being tracked as to where it's going and who it's going to and what's going on with it, and that all has to be managed.
I like the idea that you can do multiplayer and you can position yourself upstream from someone else and pollute their water.
Yeah, there's actually on our forums people are like, hey, we should start like a LoadingReadyRun, whatever, mega city.
State.
Yeah, I don't know what you call a bunch of city stuff.
That sounds awesome. I'd love to drop in there and see what it's like.
Yeah, that'd be kind of sweet.
But that said, I don't know that I'll personally play it, but it looks neat.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Castlevania Lord of Shadows Mirror of Fate.
We joked about this on Checkpoint that it's Castlevania Lords of Shadows Mirrors of Fate.
Yeah. You only get 1 colon. I'm sorry.
Yeah. In case you didn't see our Checkpoint story, so it's for 3DS.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're making all the game assets in HD. So that if it is successful on 3DS, they can upconvert it to consoles like that.
Yeah.
Which is like a little weird.
Yeah.
But, it's all right, sure.
I was a fan of Lords of Shadow. It was super fun.
Uh-huh.
It was sort of it was basically God of War, but
what was that for though?
It was for
360.
It was for
and
okay.
PS3, I think.
I think so, yeah.
That's weird that they go from that to the sequel being on the 3DS.
Yeah, I'm assuming because it was cheaper to develop it.
I guess
Except
so.
that they made all the assets.
But they made all the exactly. All the assets are in HD, and they can just make it as well.
Anyway.
But there's some. I'm especially curious as to what they're gonna do because there was a ridiculous cliffhanger at the end of the original Lords of Shadows that I'm interested to see whether they're actually gonna like use that and continue on from there, whether they're just gonna forget that happened.
Just sort of sweep it under the rug.
Yeah. Which they could easily do, but it would be awesome if they actually commit.
Okay, so now I'm curious what it is. So, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
I don't know what it is.
So it's Castlevania, right? So
Yeah.
you're fighting Dracula or fighting various big monsters and stuff.
Now see my true form.
Yeah, do all stuff in medieval times.
What character are you playing?
Some guy. What's your guy's name?
Somebody Belmont, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
You don't play as Dracula.
yeah. Okay.
And then it ends, and then post credits is like, if not present day, possibly future New York, and like Dracula is or your guy who like absorbed a bunch of the evil power at the end of Castlevania is like there and talking to this other person in this like abandoned church in like future New York.
Huh.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty, and there's like this sort of action sequence and stuff. I can't quite remember everything that happens, but I do remember it's in the future and it's in like a big city.
Okay.
And so it's like, wow, that'd be neat if they actually do something with that instead of just more castle stuff.
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is
And I've been looking for something else to play on my 3DS, so there we go.
yeah, there. You
Yeah.
go. God of War.
Super
Ascension.
Mario Castlevania.
Now,
Is this a mobile game?
no, this is PS3.
Oh, I thought,
So
I
is
thought
this-
that was mobile.
Is this God of War 4 then?
Essentially, this is God of War 4.
Essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
So again, we made a joke a while ago on Checkpoint, or maybe even ENN. It was a while back. Is he fighting the Hindu pantheon now? Like what?
He
what
won,
is there
right?
left for him
synopsis.
to kill?
I can read
Oh,
this for
please,
you.
All the gods are dead.
Please read the synopsis.
I believe.
The story behind God of War Ascension tells tells the journey of Kratos' redemption from his past sins and the rise of his rage to break free from Ares' bonds. The game is set 6 months after Kratos murdered his wife and child,
Oh, I
about
see.
10
It's
years
prequel.
before the original God of War. So it's a prequel.
I thought they had
But
already done that one on
him-
mobile.
Him busting out, him like breaking out of Ares' bonds and all that and whatever is the first God of War game.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it's-
why it's called God of War.
No, in the first God of War game, it's you killing Ares, but you've already been working for Ares for a really long time in the first God of War game.
Yeah, but this is breaking out of what?
I don't know. I own all 3 God of War games and haven't played a single one of them because I'm
really?
weird like that. I
never actually got around to God of War 3, but I really enjoyed the first 2.
Yeah.
I should play it for. I should play the third.
No, I played the first one. That's a lie.
Yeah, the second one's sweet.
Yeah.
With the climbing around on the Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
The
Chronos.
guy in the desert. Yeah, that was
I mean, the
sweet.
third one's good as well. Like I've watched.
Oh yeah. And
Oh, you've seen Adam
Atlas
play
in
I've
the
seen
desert.
Adam. I've seen Adam play all 3. So I know exactly what happens in them. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not like I'll go over and watch Adam play these. Is essentially what it boils down to.
It's a new God of War game. I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
The all the stuff they've been talking about the multiplayer in it. Like that's apparently one of the big aspects of it. It's actually his multiplayer. Yeah.
What?
Like co-op?
How does that work?
No, I think it's competitive.
What?
Where it's like you have to you like fight each other and you have to like hold. You have to there's like points of sort of whatever godly worship that you have to sort of hold and stuff. It looked quite interesting.
All right. Okay, moving on. This is the first game that I'm truly interested in. Starcraft 2, Heart of the Swarm.
Yep.
I'll get it. I'll play the single player, and then I'll probably be done.
I should probably finish the single player
of
Wings of Liberty. Yeah. I got most of the way through it too, and I really enjoyed it.
It's super awesome. I'll probably play through it again actually in the next couple days if I have time, because it was a lot of fun. Paul, are you interested in that at all?
Yeah, I mean, I was interested in I never actually played StarCraft 2 at all, just because I've got into the habit of playing games on my computer. But it looked really neat.
You should get on that.
I know. I'm super, and I really like obviously the first StarCraft, but I was actually, I mean, it's fascinating the way it's gone from, it's going to be, we're going to do it in sort of 3 chapters, to we're just going to release 3 games.
Yeah,
like. The idea that they were going to be like, they're just as big, if not, each one is just as big, if not bigger than the original StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
Each of the 3 sections. So I think maybe they might be doing themselves a disservice by calling it StarCraft 2 something.
It's possible.
Like just StarCraft 3
and
StarCraft 4.
StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty came out
like 3 years ago now almost.
Yeah, but like it makes it sound much more like an expansion pack than it really
maybe
is.
2 years, but it's been a while. Anyways, okay. We have 3 games that I don't think we're going to have much interest in here.
Okay.
Sniper Ghost Warrior 2. Don't even know what that is.
I guess it's a new game in the Sniper series. Don't care.
I haven't heard of it. Gears of War Judgment. I mean, I've played
I tell you the only reason I'm interested in this. I was in EB the other, like, I haven't played the Gears of
1, 2, or 3.
The Gears of War games, like any of them. Like when I say I haven't played them, like I haven't sat down to play them on my own console. I've played bits of them on other people's consoles. I've played a little bit of the first one. Like I probably played like maybe an hour or 2 of the first one. I played maybe an hour of the second one. I'm just not into them.
Yeah.
They're not for me. But Paul and I were in the game store the other day buying some stuff for Unskippable, and I saw the coming soon box for this, and the first thing I noticed was the developer tag on it is People Can Fly.
Yes.
Makers of Painkiller and Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
Which are great.
And it seems like they could do something interesting.
So that's the only reason I'm remotely interested in this. I do not care about the Gears of War universe, but I like People Can Fly.
Well, because Epic Games was still involved, so I don't know how much
Epic Games was involved with Bulletstorm as well.
I mean, I think People Can Fly
is it the primary
is actually owned by Epic.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but are they the primary?
Yeah, they're the primary dev.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that they did Bulletstorm and Epic liked it, but it underperformed, and Epic was like, "All right, let's see what you guys can do with a franchise that we know will probably just sell anyway."
Right. Yeah, exactly.
The problem with Gears of War, like I played through Gears of War 3 with my brother on co-op, and the problem that you run into, and I mean why it's not surprising that there's a sequel coming out, is that there's no particular. I mean, it's so generic.
Yeah, it's kind of
that there's no particular reason why it ever has to stop.
No.
Like there's just like you're Marcus Phoenix and you're going after your dad, and then this happens, and then this happens, and this happens, and then the game's over.
Yeah,
I mean it's just like, but there's no particular reason why it can just be and then another thing happened, and now you're playing the next game.
Well, that's what Yahtzee was saying.
There's no sort of reason to be concerned about anything.
That's what Yahtzee was saying in his reviews, is that they're just forgettable.
Yeah.
The games are just bland.
It's like halfway through there's like a big supposedly, emotional thing of this dude dying, right?
But you just don't care.
And it's just like, and my brother and I had like a running joke where it's like, do it for, that guy. The guy, with the face.
That guy, the guy who died.
Yeah. The guy. Yeah, of course, being a video game, especially a game in that sense, dying in something that obviously he wouldn't have to die, because we've established that people can be brought back very easily.
Yeah.
Just by another dude running over to him and leaning
over
over him for 10 seconds.
All right. Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel. Don't care.
Not really.
Wow.
Nobody cares.
Can they really? Why
Correct?
do they keep making those?
That's the third Army of Two game?
Ugh, don't even know anymore.
I think so.
I haven't been paying
It should
attention.
be Army of Two, threesome.
All right, so the last one. So the last one I know will.
It's okay if it's in a
pique Graham's
three-way.
interest for sure, because it's Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very excited about Bioshock Infinite.
I hope that they go more Bioshock 1 than Bioshock 2.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Kathleen and I were talking about this last night, because it's the way that she gets excited about a console action game is, I can't wait to watch you play this.
Yeah.
It's just not her style of game, but
It's like James and Adam.
Yeah.
But
I will go to his house and watch him play this.
I'm very curious about the sort of like what I like about what they've spoiled about it so far is that Bioshock and Bioshock 2 were about, the Randian philosophies of,
Objectivism.
Yeah, thank you. Objectivism. That's what it was. Bioshock 1 and 2 were about objectivism. And this is about but taken to an extreme.
Right.
And this is extreme jingoism.
Right.
Which I am very interested to see. Like that piece of concept art that they released of the deified George Washington.
Yeah.
With a halo holding the tablets of the 10 Commandments and beating back all these really really offensive racist stereotypes of a Jewish guy with a huge nose and an inscrutable Oriental and stuff like that. And it's holy crap. Imagine if all the racists went up in the hot air balloons, because it's set in the late 1800s. Early 1900s?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I don't know. I keep getting conflicting information about, I saw one thing saying that it was set in the 1970s or something, but just the technology level on the airship things are different than the technology on the ground.
There's time travel-esque stuff.
Oh, okay.
There's because Elizabeth does these weird pockets of time.
Okay.
Thing.
So it could be set in a lot of different places.
Yeah, there's a bit in one of the trailers where it's you're on a street and there's a theater, a live stage theater, and then she goes boomf, and then suddenly you're on it's a street from the 80s and it has Back to the Future is playing at this cinema now. Yeah, it's a little it's weird.
The world building stuff for it looks super neat.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, when Dishonored came out, everyone was like, "Huh, that looks kind of." I mean, it just sort of has a similar aesthetic in a lot of ways.
I love the world they created in Dishonored. I know I said that in a previous podcast.
And yeah, in Dishonored, the only criticism with Bioshock Infinite, I felt that they announced it too early, and they were doing. Not only did they announce it, but they were doing huge promotional pushes 2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 years ago at PAX, there was the giant statue. And the girl playing Elizabeth, and you could take pictures with her and stuff, right? Which made it sort of feel as if it was imminently coming, but of course it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I think that they kind of messed that up a little bit.
Gameplay-wise, it looks like a lot of fun. I'm curious to see how not the plasmids, the tonics or whatever they're called now, work. I'm mostly curious to see how what are they called? Sky rails work. The railways through the air. You have the hook, and you jump on and latch on and slide around.
Cool.
And then you can detach and fall for a bunch of times and latch on to another thing. They've shown this in the gameplay demos, and I'm really curious, one, how actually freeform it is, if it's as freeform as it appears in the thing, and two, how smooth it is. And if you can actually because that'd be a very difficult thing to aim, especially on console. And so I want to know, I want to know how forgiving it is if you really can, because Arkham City or Arkham Asylum makes you feel like a total badass as Batman, because it makes the combat very, very smooth.
Right.
And you don't have to do as much input as you necessarily would, because it points you in the right direction and everything.
Right.
But you still have to do it, and you feel awesome. And I want that same sort of feeling for this, that you can be like shooting a bunch of guys, jump on the rail, fly over there, jump off, shoot a bunch of guys, then jump on a rail and fly over to a different rail without worrying that you're going to just go
way out the
and
side.
just fall to your death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I'm curious how, but at the same time, if it's scripted, it's boring.
Right.
So I'm very curious to get my hands on that particular aspect of the game. But the game itself looks sweet.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean, like Far Cry 3 has things you can slide, like has cables you can slide down. And I mean, they do it. It's just like they do it. It's fine. Like you just, if you're close to a cable, you can jump onto it, and then you can jump off at any point and like land on people and stuff like that. So I could see them doing basically something like that.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Far Cry 3, someone messaged me on Twitter, because you don't have a Twitter account, last time, that something that I know you mentioned to me, but I think you forgot to mention on the podcast. You were talking about how you can't drag bodies in Far Cry 3. Now, you told me when we were talking about it that you can only in the situation that you use the takedown drag ability
there's a special ability
from the spider skill tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And someone was like, you totally can drag bodies. And I was like, what? How? And they're like, oh, you have to use this skill. I'm like, oh, well, that's what Paul said.
Yeah,
but you didn't actually say it in the podcast.
Oh, I guess that's
But
true.
that's still dumb that you can.
It's still,
that actually makes it worse that you can do it only if you use this skill, and if you kill a guy any other way you can.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty silly.
you have to do it like you kill the guy, and then you hold the button to drag. As soon as you let go of the button, you drop him on the ground. You can never pick him up again. But as long as you hold the button, you can you can drag him around as long as you want.
Yeah, that's dumb.
So yeah, it's a bizarre kind of halfway doing it, and it doesn't seem like it would be that hard for them to have made it better.
I don't know.
Anyway.
All right. Well, those were all the games.
Yeah.
So
and some cool discussion.
Yeah. So I think that's something that we'll probably do at the start of every month. We'll talk about the games that are coming up and what we're excited to play and what we could care less about. Cough, MLB cough.
It'd be nice if we had like one person who was interested in sports who could talk about that and be like, why this is better than the previous ones or whatever.
I'd be curious.
Yeah, like I'm frankly curious.
Which of those two baseball games is better?
Yeah, I'm curious as to
Maybe
what people who are interested in sports games are excited about.
Yeah.
But that is not us.
Give us feedback in the forums. Give us your thoughts on the games that we talked about. Tell us what you're looking forward to in March, and let us know what you think of the new podcast structure of being more frequent. And we will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.